Hello, welcome welcome all to another episode of Disconnect and Chill Sessions with your host, Mr. Michael, or Mr. Disconnect and Chill Mike on YouTube. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, make sure you get all that kind of good stuff out there. We're trying to build like a good community of people who like to manage stress better, and this is a nice little series for people to start to connect with what that really feels like. So as we do always, we're going to start off with a nice little breathing practice, which is going to help us to transition to a nice balanced space before we do any work. So I'm going to we're going to find balance through breathing first of all, and it's got a nice little visual of nature as we walk through as well. So this is a double exhalation breath, so we're going to work on exhaling longer than we're inhaling, and that's going to really start to calm down our body from a physiological perspective. So if you guys are ready, we are about to go. Just start by getting nice and comfortable. Make sure you're sitting nice and comfortably. And we're going to exhale for longer than we're going to inhale, because as I said last week or a couple of days ago, when we exhale for longer, we're going to bring down our system rather than ramp it back up. So we're going to be inhaling, holding, exhaling for longer, then holding once again. So whilst you get nice and comfortable, we're going to do this for a period of 10 minutes, so you've got a lot of time to get nice and comfortable. Feel the space that you're in right now. Turn off any or cut off any external stimuli that's kind of distracting you, and we're going to go from here. Okay, cool. So as you breathe, take a nice deep breath before we start, and exhale, release, and then in, 2, hold, release, hold, and in, and follow the practice on the screen. Alright guys, well done. Hope you guys feeling nice and relaxed. That's a 10-minute breathing practice we do at the beginning of every single disconnect and chill session. It just enables us to enter into this space with a nice, calm, controlled, chill vibe, and making sure that we feel nice and relaxed before we start to ingest any information. Because there's no point you jumping from wherever you are in the world, doing whatever that you're doing. You could have just been handling young kids. You could have been like rushing, doing something, or just rushing to get here. So I just want to start off every single session by just balancing, allowing your body to become nice and balanced, allowing your body to work on some nice breathing techniques to help to transition to a place of more calm, so that when we are speaking, we're speaking from a place of calm, control, and peace. Alright guys, hope you guys are doing well. So today we're going to focus on the Master Your Energy series, which is all to do with how we as individuals can master our energy, what we can do as individuals to master the different energies that we have within our lives, and how we can use these to our advantage, so that when we are experiencing certain things, we are able to have a good sense of control of who we are and what we can influence within that situation. And you do that by mastering who you are, and mastering yourself, and mastering your energy. And the first topic that we're going to talk about is sleep. One of the most important things that our body needs on a day-to-day basis, something that we sometimes throw out and maybe not focus on so much. But I'm going to talk about the power of sleep and why sleep is so important to us as individuals. So for example, we've been humans, or existed in this planet for X amount of time, and we've evolved over time, losing certain things and gaining certain things, which makes us more beneficial to survive in society. But one thing that's never left us is sleep. And it shows the level of importance that we have, or the level of importance that we should have on sleep, which enables us to replenish mentally and physically. And the actual job of sleep is to be a mental and physical regeneration of our body, so that we can handle the said stresses that we're experiencing today, tomorrow, and so on and so forth. And if we don't replenish enough from sleep, then it diminishes our resources, or diminishes our ability to transition to a state of sleep, or to a state of rest. So this is the first topic that we're going to talk about. Be as active as you want within the comment section. I'll reply back to you guys, just so that we can turn into like a nice open dialogue. If you're not watching it live and you're watching it on YouTube after, write me a comment if you've got any questions regarding sleep, and I can surely answer them. First, a little bit about me. I am a stress reduction specialist, and I've been focusing on studying the elements of stress for the past 8-9 years, and I really honed in with these 3 key subjects of sleep, stress, and calm, and how we can build and influence these things within our lives. So now what I try to do is I help people master these 3 elements by mastering their energy. So we're going to talk a little bit about the science of stress today. This is going to be over a 4-part series, so we're going to segment it, and we're only going to talk about the science of stress today, just so it's easy and digestible, so that we can all take in the information, rather than giving it all to you at once and just being a little bit overwhelmed and overloaded with it. So I'm going to give it to you in segments. The first, we're going to talk about the science of sleep. So sleep. What sleep actually is to the body: it enables our body to replenish mentally, physically, and it enables us to auto-regulate our emotions as well. One thing that you may not know is that when we have poor night's sleep, it activates our emotional side of our brain, which therefore makes us more triggered, let's say, easily. So sleep is one of the most important things. And also sleep helps us to regenerate our resources. So how I like to describe it is, if you think of yourself as a battery, when you are, after your day, you deplete yourself or come close to depletion, on a daily basis. If you are in a massively stressed out environment, if you are more of a type A personality, if you have a lot of stresses and strains and pressures that you have within yourself on a day-to-day basis, and basically your sleep or your downtime afterwards your day of stress enables you to replenish back to, let's say, 100% if you're talking about a phone battery, and it enables us to recharge so we can handle the next day's task effectively and efficiently. So how we do this, so there's a couple of hormones, and we're going to talk a little bit about biology, a little bit about neurology. So we're going to talk a little bit about biology to start off with. So hormones. The hormones surrounded around sleep is really what helps us, our body, to transition to a state of sleep. And these hormones are governed by something called our circadian rhythms. So before technology, before anything was around, human beings used to base their day around this rising and setting of the sun, and that is what has created our internal body clock, or our circadian rhythm, over like a rough 24-hour period. So when it's light, our body now excretes something called cortisol. So cortisol has been given a bad rap over the past couple of years, and how I like to think of it, to make it more easy to think about what cortisol actually does, is more so the alert hormone. So if you think of it like, if you want to be alert and cognizant and awake, for example, you're at work and you've got tasks to do, or you have to get somewhere by a certain time, or you have family commitments that you have to handle and they're a bit time pressured, or whatever it is, you might not define that as stressful per se, but it still releases that cortisol hormone, which enables you to be alert and awake and alive whilst you're doing it. And generally, cortisol is released as we wake, and cortisol is stopped secreting as the sun goes down. So the sun has a deep connection, or used to have a deep connection, with the levels of cortisol that we secrete within the body. And on the flip side, when cortisol is down, there's another hormone which is released called melatonin. Now, melatonin helps us to transition into a state of rest or calm. It's nicknamed the darkness hormone, because when we're in darkness, or when there is no light in the sky or no sun, then the melatonin hormone released by our pineal gland is released, which helps our body to transition to a state of sleep. And I'm going to use this diagram for you to see what we're talking about, because it's quite a good diagram for you to see. So if you think of it like this, here at the top of the red zone is panic, and that is when our body is secreting a hell of a lot of cortisol, and we are unable to regulate ourselves without some sort of external intervention, whether it be medication, whatever it may be. If you come down, it comes down to very stressed. And I mean, how many people within our society are within this very stressed category? And as you transition down back to sleep, or back to stressed, then highly alert, and in that middle, that sweet spot is alert/calm, and that's the sweet spot of where you would want yourself to be within over a 24-hour period, majority of the time, so that you can easily transition into your space of stress if you need to, but also you can transition down to your state of drowsy or deep sleep. And then as you go down, it's alert and drowsy, deep sleep, and coma. And this is actually represented on the body. So our central nervous system has areas in our body which govern these responses. So within our central nervous system, we have something called a vagus nerve. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but a vagus nerve is what helps our body to ramp up or calm down at will. So I mean, that's a good representation of thinking how we can transition up and down the autonomic nervous system, or how we can transition up and down with the releasing of cortisol and releasing of melatonin. So if we think of cortisol, melatonin, like cortisol is your awakeness hormone, and melatonin sleepy hormone, and in order for you to transition down to a place of sleep, you need to release more melatonin, and then in order to wake up or be more alert, you need to release more cortisol. How can we now use our environment? How can we now master our environment? How can we get in control of our surroundings, which is going to enable us to transition to a place of calm, using what our body would naturally do anyway? And how can we transition to a place of, let's say, alertness or stress without too much effort or energy from us? So if you just start to digest the elements of cortisol and melatonin, I really wanted this to be quite educational as well, so you guys are learning something as well, rather than just being guided through some relaxation practices. So there's something tangible that you can take away from this. And I mean, the first element is mastering your sleep, and we spoke about melatonin, and we talked about cortisol, and we talked about the autonomic nervous system, and transition up and down from a place of alert and calm to a place of panic and coma to a place of very stress or deep sleep. So during our sleep, we want to enter into that state of deep sleep as much as possible. And that's what enables us to replenish mentally, physically, emotionally, and so on and so forth. So over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to show you guys how you can transition down to that state of deep sleep, which is going to enable you to replenish a lot better, which is going to enable you to manage your resting heart rate and manage your stress levels and manage all of these different elements when it comes to stress a lot more easier, because sleep is probably our main defense when it comes to overloaded stress. Sleep is our main recovery activity. So if we can master that element, if we can master our sleep first of all, then we are looking at really honing in on the one thing that we can really change and influence over a period of time, which is going to give us the best bang for our buck. Because if you can master or improve your sleep, your stress levels inherently, or your physiology, would be able to replenish, and your body will become a lot more resilient, so you don't need to worry or handle so much stress biologically or physiologically. Right, I hope that makes sense. Once again, leave comments, smash the like button, and if you guys want to kind of find out more about who we are, what we do, and talk about how we can master our energy, we have a lot of different episodes, a lot of different series going on. Then to our Patreon, which we're going to have all of the information there, and we're going to do weekly disconnect and chill sessions, exclusive stress management exercises to help with managing these key elements. We use a special app that you can private message me directly, where we can have like a back and forth dialogue with any personal concerns that you have. You get a free breathwork tool, which is a bamboo straw, which is going to help to elongate your exhalations. You get biofeedback technology. If you select the technology option, we'll send that out to you, a piece of technology where you can start to measure your physiology, measure your state. And also we're going to do a monthly virtual reality retreat. So if you guys don't know that much about virtual reality is normally when people put on headphones or a headset, and basically they are within a different space. And what I wanted to do is, for some of us who maybe can't leave our certain surroundings, especially we're on lockdown right now, but if it wasn't on lockdown, like what's the capability for you to go to a retreat every single week, or every single month, or every single even year? So if I could create a space where we could virtually go to a retreat, virtually bring our body and mind down to a state of balance and calm, so that we can therefore have that same benefit of exiting our environment and going to a different space, let's say nature, whatever it is. I want to make that easy and accessible for you guys. So we're going to start doing virtual retreats where we are able to show you natural surroundings, bring you outside of your current environment and into a space of calm and relaxation, which enables you to replenish and charge back up a lot more easily. All right, so mastering your energy. First thing we spoke about is sleep, and we're going to talk about. We spoke about melatonin, we spoke about cortisol, and we spoke about your autonomic nervous system. So, as I said, write any notes down, write me anything that you guys want to kind of learn or kind of go deeper into. What we're going to do now, we're going to do our 10-minute recovery breath. After we've consumed some information, we're going to do a 10-minute recovery breath, which is going to bring our system down. I want us to first of all make the notes that we want to make now, so our body and brain can transition to the space of calm. So what I'm going to do, we're going to just play some music for about 5 minutes, which enables you to get all the thoughts in your head down onto some paper, which enables you to learn and know and just basically like digest what was being said. I want it to be as open and as educational as possible. So just going to give you guys 5 minutes for you to really jot some stuff down, and we're going to come back in 5 minutes and do our recovery breathing practice. All right, guys, peace. 5 minutes. Drop the heat, bro. Alright guys, we are back and we're going to work on our restorative breathing practice. So for those of you who have your straw, great, we're going to use it. For those of you who don't have your straw, find a straw or even if there's something that you want to kind of do and really want to take seriously, jump onto our Patreon account, become a member. We send you out a straw and it's yours to keep forever. Why we use this is because it's bamboo. You can put as much saliva and spit on it, it will never go bad, and you can use this for the rest of your life. Such a small little thing that you could use, which enables you to transition into a space of calm, with a nice little simple tool. So grab your straw. We're going to do 10 minutes of inhaling in through our nose and exhaling through our mouth through the straw. Going to give you a little of a demo right now. And I want you to really focus on using your exhalation and slowing it down, and maybe even doubling the amount of time that you exhale for rather than you inhale. So really tone into that exhalation, really hone into trying to lengthen it as long as you can, and that's going to help your body, your system, to transition down to a space of calm or to a space of rest. Alright guys, 10 minutes we're going to do. I want us to start off by finding a nice comfortable space, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your back. I'm just going to turn down this music while we start, just so we can get into a nice calm, relaxed space. And just start off by relaxing your hips, your thighs, your calves, your heels. Relaxing your back, shoulders, arms and hands. Relaxing your head and neck. Relaxing your whole body and releasing all tension and stress and strain as you exhale. And just start to become aware of and become cognizant of how you're feeling right now. Whether there's any areas of tension, whether there's any areas of stress, whether there's any areas of stubbornness or being rigid. And I just want you to use your exhalation and start to exhale that tension, that stress out. And as you do that, start to feel yourself become lighter and lighter as you breathe. And just feel yourself becoming nice and relaxed. And whilst you're here, just take a deep breath in through your nose and release. Take a deep breath in through your nose and release. Take a breath in through your nose and release. Just become aware of any sounds that you hear out externally from you. Whether there's a clock ticking, any external sounds or spaces or things that you can, even with your eyes closed, you can still sense. Now, after bringing yourself to analyze the external, now bring yourself to analyze your internal. See if you can feel that subtle beating of your heart. Feel the tension start to release every time you focus on exhaling. And with this nice feeling of relaxation and calm, we're going to start our breathing practice. Take a nice deep breath in and release. Placing a straw in your mouth and starting. In and release. Releasing all out, going at your own pace. This is not guided at all. I really want you to start to slow down your breathing. This is about you doing what you can do best. And just working on doubling or lengthening that exhalation. And as you exhale, just feel all tension and stress start to dissipate from the body. And use your breath and start to guide your mind to a place of peace, to a place of calm, to a place of control. use the breath and guide the body to a space of peace, to a place of control, calm, and to a place of control. We sometimes struggle to feel like we have control over our body, over our brain. But just bring us awareness to what the breath can do in terms of shutting out the external and focusing on the internal. 1.5 minutes in, and just feel your body sinking into your chair or into your bed every time you exhale, loosening yourself and becoming free of all tension and stress. And just appreciating this time, this space that you're giving to yourself right now. Not everyone has the ability to transition into a space of calm, into a space of control, into a space of relaxation. So really using this time, guiding and transitioning your body to a space of calm. Just under 4 minutes left. Still keep that breathing. And just bring to your awareness that transitioning down to that calm space. Just lengthening that breath. And actually feeling your body and your brain become more and more relaxed. And more in your control. And use that exhalation as a guide to tell your body to transition down to a place of calm. Regaining control back of your system, of your body, of your brain, of your state. And feel the difference. One minute left. Just bring to your awareness and your attention how your body feels within this very present moment. Knowing that all that you've done is lie down or sit there still with your eyes closed, body relaxed, and just focus on how you breathe. And that is such an important thing that our system needs to control, to govern, to build, regardless of whatever situation that we're in. We're able to transition ourselves back from a place of stress, alertness, to a place of calm and control. And take your last inhalation and exhaling out. Slowly start to open your eyes and come back in the room. Welcome back. Let me know how you guys feel. While we were doing it, I was using the piece of technology that you get sent out just to see the difference that happens to my heart rate. And when I first put my finger in, my heart rate is around about 80 beats per minute, which shows that my body was still in a state of mild, very low level stress. And just after doing this 10-minute practice, it went down to 59 beats, which is much nearer my resting heart rate of 55, 56 beats per minute. So it shows the power of this breathing and just shows how we can easily transition into a place of calm and control and peace just by focusing on this breathing practice. And it's such an important, such a gift that we have, the breath that we can just easily transition to a place of calm, to a place of control, just by focusing on one simple thing, shutting out all external stimuli and focusing on one internal stimuli, and that's it, and our breath. So guys, hope you've had a good time, hope you've learned something. Once again, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Let me know how you experienced it, and we'll be back next week Monday for another Disconnect and Chill session. Alright guys, hope you guys are good. Peace.